Dear friends, every person has three faces. The first face, the one we show to the world and strangers. The second face, the one we show to our family, spouse and close friends. And the third face, the one we show only to ourselves. Number 1. Ask yourself, is it right to say yes? There are many occasions in our life every day when we have to decide to say yes to something. This yes is not just a word, but it is a commitment, a promise we make to ourselves and others. But have you ever asked yourself whether it is right to say yes every time? Are we really ready for the things we are saying yes to? Sometimes, we need to think and keep our priorities in mind. In this context, every person has three faces, which are important to understand. Number 2. The habit of saying yes and understanding your restrictions. The three faces. In the truth, it is easy to approach everyone in life and invite them to your doorstep. But have you ever thought that we should ask ourselves whether we are really ready for all the things we are saying yes to? This question not only helps us manage our time and energy, but also makes us aware of our self-esteem and mental health. We often say yes without thinking. This may be driven by social acceptance, kindness, or a sense of responsibility. But when we accept every opportunity or request, we are unable to make space for ourselves. Doing so can not only affect our mental state, but also put our relationships at risk. Therefore, whenever we feel like saying yes to something, we should ask ourselves this question repeatedly: is this right for me? Or, do I need this? The concept of three faces. Every person has three faces, and through these faces we express our identity and emotions. Let's understand these in detail. Be the first face, the public face. The first face is the one we present to the world and strangers. This face is the brightest part of our personality. When we meet a new person or are in a public place, we use this face. Our true feelings and vulnerabilities are often hidden behind this face. When we are happy, we smile, but when we are sad, we try to hide it. Through this face, we create our social image and influence people's first impression of us. See the second face, the face of close relationships. The second face is the one we show to our family, spouse, and close friends. This face has a little more honesty, but still, we keep a lot of things hidden. This face strengthens our relationships and gives us the opportunity to share our joys and troubles with those close to us. However, this face can also be an act at times. We don't bring our concerns to our family because we don't want them to be worried. This can increase stress and pressure within us. The third face, the soulful face. The third face is the deepest and most personal. This is the face we keep only for ourselves. It contains our real desires, fears, and vulnerabilities. This face is the true representation of who we are. This face is difficult to understand, but when we connect with it, we are able to recognize our truth. This phase tells us who we really are and what is important to us. Number 3, commitment and self-reflection. Now that we understand these 3 phases, it is essential that we accept commitments for ourselves thoughtfully. Sometimes, we must ask ourselves the question whether we are really ready for the things we are involving ourselves in. When we pay attention to our thoughts, feelings, and desires, we can make the right decisions. This is why we must be prudent in our decision to say yes. Number 4, avoid negativity. Every time we say yes with our first phase, we must keep in mind whether this decision can affect our mental health. Accepting more responsibilities can have a negative impact on our mental health. Therefore, sometimes we must exclude negativity for ourselves. Number 5, conclusion. To be successful in life, we must balance our 3 phases. We must connect with the world through our first phase, but we must also give our second phase a chance to come out openly. And most importantly, we need to understand and accept our third phase. So, the next time you think of saying yes to something, ask yourself first: what is your true identity? What are your desires? This is how we can not only improve our lives but also understand the world around us. Ultimately, it is important that we understand our priorities and identify our reality. When we are honest with ourselves, we can take our lives in a better direction.